Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be walking through my Homelab. Now, right in front of you can see, this is my new Homelab PC. So, I'll walk you through the specs and they're on screen right now. So it's got a i7 3700, which is at 3.4 GHz with 4 cores, 8 threads, 32 GB RAM and a GT 630 in there for a bit of video acceleration. So, what am I running on it? That's what we'll go through next, so let's do it. So, to much surprise of you, I'm running VMware ESXi 6.7. Now you might think, why is it not chose Proxmox because you like it so much? It's because Proxmox can be quite laggy with the no VNC client. And I do like ESXi because of its management tools and flexibility with hardware. So I'll walk you through some advantages that I get from using the software and some of the disadvantages. So I get lots of advantages such as the web GUI. It's much more modern and clean than Proxmox. It looks better, obviously, because it's made by VMware and it's not open source. A main thing is I can see everything all in one portal, such as temperatures, and the lightness of it, because it's not based on Linux, it's based on the VM kernel, which VMware has made themselves. So, one of the disadvantages, the main one, is this. So if I head here, go to licensing, you can see that it says up to 8-way virtual SMP. Basically, that's what it means is I can only allocate 8 threads as a maximum to each virtual machine. So, if I was running a 32 core Threadripper, for example, I wouldn't be able to allocate 32 cores to a VM, not even 9 cores. It has to be equal to or less than 8 threads. So you can see what I'm running. So I'm running a Docker instance with Portainer installed. I run this my website on there and a torrenting server for downloading macOS archives or whatever. Then I have Windows Server 2012 running my NAS, and also I use it for remote management too. So you can see I've directly passed through the USB RAID that I showed. I've actually not showed it, so I'll show you a picture right now. So it's directly passed through, so that's what I use. But I'll go on to more of what I use my NAS for later. Then I have a chat for me and my friends that I run on here. I have a domain controller running Server 2012 that runs my whole house, and also a client that's connected as well, so I can do some testing on the client before deploying it to the rest of the network. Then I have a media server that runs Jellyfin that I've used turnkey template for. So I have a couple of films on there that I've ripped using a CD DVD drive. And I've also got a file server where I've been testing out. Obviously it's off right now because I'm not testing it. I've also got macOS Monterey. So I'm doing some testing with ESXi Monterey. And also Catalina right at the top too. Then I've got one of my projects called HACoin, but we won't get into that. So now let's go on to more of the storage aspect of my Homelab. So if I go here, you can see I've got 2 storage pools, or data stores. So VM storage 1 is 1 terabyte SSD, which is the OWC Mercury Electra 6 gigabit SSD, 1 terabyte one, that I got out of my Mac Mini, thanks to Rich for sending them to me. I'll go on more about the Mac Minis in a moment. Then the other one is a 250 gigabyte CT240BX500 SSD. So that's from Crucial. But now let's go on to my actual NAS. So let's do it. So as you can see, I'm on my main PC. And as you can see here, here's the NAS mounted as a network drive. So I've got a lot of stuff on here. we'll go on to archive. So I've got my very old YouTube videos from my HS Computers channel, which is quite funny to look at sometimes. I've got some films here, the downloads. I won't go into most of this, but I have a NetApps, so I can copy files over the network and install them anywhere. But if I go into the HSVE folder, you'll see different ones. So I've got documents. So I've got a new donations link, which I'll go through in a moment. Some desktop backgrounds that I've been designing. Obviously my logos. Some music that I've been composing for the channel. Some video ideas. The actual website files. The assets for the website. And if we go into YouTube videos, you can see that they're all here. So say I want to go on how to install WordPress on Docker and go to Final. There's the raw video file and the project right here on Premiere Pro, which I use. So you can see this is very blank because I've not finished editing the video, but I do use Premiere Pro. So that's the NAS part. Now let's go on about what I'm going to use the Mac Minis for. So you can see in front of you the Mac Minis. So I'll put some specs again on the screen. So they're the late 2012 Mac Minis with an i7 3720QM processor. They both have 16 gigabytes of RAM and both have a 1 terabyte SSD. So the question is, what do I plan on doing with them? So I plan on running a Proxmox cluster. So this allows me to do high availability and some Proxmox videos on the channel. If you're wondering how I got these, Richard from my channel, he donated £100 and also these Mac Minis along with 3 RAID OWC external drives. That's a dedicated part of this video to him for my thank you for him to send them over all the way from the United States. So look out for a future video on a Proxmox cluster because that is what I'm planning on doing. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It seems like you did. Please give it a like and subscribe for more future content. So I hope you're looking forward to the Proxmox cluster video because it will be out very soon. Thanks ever so much for watching. I've been HSVE. Goodbye.